Today is a chatty get ready with me. I'm gonna do my makeup and I'm also going to do my hair. I think I'm gonna use my hot airbrush that I have. So let's get started. And by the way, I will link all of the things. I may not talk about them specifically, but I will link all the things down below in the description. So I hope you guys have had a good week. I've had a great week. Before I get started, I'm gonna actually have this American Crew pomade, which I have usually been putting on after I style my hair, but I read that you can put it on before you style your hair, so I'm gonna put a little bit of this on. I usually spray my hair with a protectant spray, but I'm gonna put a little bit of this on and see if it helps with the drying process a little bit. So, got about that much. I got that at Walgreens. Just gonna run my fingers through my hair. Get this really in there. And then I'll just do a quick brush back. What's good about that is let me wash my hands off. What's good about that stuff is it might give me some extra hold while I'm styling, and my hair does better, gets a little curlier if I'm doing like a hot airbrush, if it has some sort of product in it beforehand. So anyway, as I was saying, I've had a really good week. Actually got enough sleep all week, which was amazing. I'm putting a little bit of primer on my face. Some of you know that I've worked for the company that I work for about 5 years, and I recently, it's been about 4 or 5 weeks, been promoted to a manager. I work in content development, so we make digital curriculum. I'm getting out my new Real Techniques sponge here. I don't know if you guys use face sponges, but I really like them, and I really like this particular brand. But one thing you have to do beforehand is you have to get it wet. What I end up doing is like washing it with soap and water, so that the next day, because I'll just put it away, but I wash it with soap and water, dry it real good with a towel, and then it's ready to use. So as I was saying, my job is going really good. I don't have to travel until December, which is nice. By the way, I'm using the IT CC cream, which is my favorite foundation makeup ever. So what I was saying was, my new job, the first couple weeks was so stressful, but I've kind of gotten into a routine, and things are feeling a little more normal and better. I haven't had to work an extremely long hours as I did the previous 2 or 3 weeks, so I'm starting to feel more normal. And I do work remotely from my house, which is really nice. My husband also is a software developer, and he works remotely from our house for a company in Chicago. Some of you may know that already, but we actually live in a rural part of the Ozarks, and we are basically co-workers during the day. It's kind of neat. What's really interesting is my parents, they were also in the same boat they actually worked They lived kind of down the street from me for several years, and they actually both worked remotely. They were both professionals. My dad being a software engineer and my mom being like, she did a lot of Salesforce stuff. And they worked remotely for companies for 10 years, at least 10 years. So I was always like, oh, I want to be like them. I want to work remotely and I don't want to have to drive to work every day. And I know most people have to drive to work every day, so I know we're really lucky in that. Oh, I think I've got a good layer here. Some people think using sponges is waste too much, but if you get it wet and I don't know, if it kind of depends on the sponge you buy, but I have found that these Real Technique sponges do a better job with not like soaking up too much. As long as you get it wet beforehand and dry it off real good, it feels like it puts a nice layer on your skin. See, the next thing I'm gonna do is put a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape, some concealer under my eyes. I put like one dot above, kind of like a smudge above and below my eyes. My eyes are very dark. I've always had that problem, so I look like death when I don't have makeup on. I use the other side of the sponge for this part, so. But it has been extremely chilly here in Arkansas. It's like we went from summer to winter. We didn't have much of a fall, although I don't know if you can see outside my window here. The trees in my front yard are all turning. I think fall is one of the most beautiful seasons ever, and I love it. It's in a weird spot right now with the weather. Like yesterday, it was, I think the high was 30 and the low was like in the 20s. And our house is like a 2-story house. The bottom floor has our offices and a guest room and a bathroom. So we have 2 offices, a bedroom, and a bathroom. And we have polished concrete floors down there. And what I've noticed is that it's about 10 degrees cooler downstairs than upstairs. So we have this weird, because our upstairs has kind of an open floor plan and there's lots of windows in our living room kitchen area. We have windows like way up high, and it really heats up. So we have a tricky temperature situation with it being about 10 degrees warmer up here compared to downstairs. So you can kind of see we have to finagle the thermostats a little bit to get it just right. All right, I've got my powder on. At this stage, I usually do my eyebrows. And I always use these Dip Brow Pomade from Anastasia. So let's see what else is going on. Oh, today I'm getting ready right now to go with my mom. Some of you know my mom lives next door, and she's lovely. I love spending time with her. I actually go over and have coffee with her every morning before work. And anyway, she volunteers. She's retired, and she volunteers in a lot of clubs around our neighborhoods. As I've mentioned before, we live, it's not really necessarily a retirement community, but it feels like the majority of people that live in our community are of the retired age or are retired. And so there are lots of like clubs and things to do if you're looking for stuff to do. And my mom is so active in a lot of these clubs. She is in the Garden Club. She's in DAR, Daughters of American Revolution Club. She is in the hospitality club for the fire station here. And the reason I'm going through all that is because they're having a big sale, like kind of like a big yard sale today that she helped set up yesterday. And so today we're gonna go right after this and check out all the stuff that they have for sale. I was particularly looking for some, by the way, I'm a yard sale junkie. Like I hardly ever go to yard sales because I'll buy something. But you can find some gems at yard sales or rummage sales. Of course, there's a lot of junk, but I think it's really fun. And anyway, we're gonna go do that, and then I'm gonna go with her after that, and we're gonna go, she's got some tiles to pick up in about an hour away from here, so we're gonna take a little trip and do that. And meanwhile, my husband, he has a whole routine. Every weekend, either on Saturday or Sunday, his friend drives from about an hour away, and they go golfing. And they go golfing for several hours. I'm putting on some of this contour. So usually I have some stuff, some like extra time filler when my husband's not here. I think we kind of jump at the opportunity to spend time with other people because we're here alone all the time. My kids are both in college right now, and speaking of college, on December 14th, my daughter is graduating from college. Is that not crazy? I think that's just complete nuts. She's actually graduating with a bachelor's of arts in music performance. She plays the clarinet so beautifully, and I'm just so proud of her for like wanting to just stick with what she wants to do. I think I've tried several times to convince her, oh, maybe you should try this or this, but her passion is music, and she wants to keep going and get her master's and possibly her doctorate and maybe teach for a university someday. So I'm really proud of her, and I cannot wait to see her graduate. This is the Kylie Jenner. Not that I'm a fan of Kylie Jenner or anything, but I really like this palette. I particularly like it because it's got some neutral colors, and I don't usually wear warm colors. I personally like cool colors, although I can make warm colors work for me. But most of the time I'm in a neutral nude. I like this palette because it's got that kind of cream colored base powder in there. Okay, so we're going to use, I think I want to just do a little bit of neutral color. I'm just doing a simple look today. Guys, I am not all about putting too much makeup on. I usually do simple makeup. Of course, like I used to never do my eyebrows, and I used to never do very much makeup, but I can tell you with the Pixie cut, people look at your eyebrows because they look at your face more. Your face pops more. So I started doing my eyebrows actually in the last year and learned how to do them. It's really all about practice and how you want your eyebrows to look, really. All right, so I've got that kind of crease color, and then I'm just gonna put, there's this silver color in here, and I just dip my finger in there and kind of tap it on my eyebrow, or kind of tap it on my eyelid. And then I take that brush again and then just kind of blur the line between the two. All right. So sometimes I put eyeliner on, sometimes I don't. I don't think I'm gonna do that today. I think I'm just gonna put some mascara on. This is the Superhero It. I like this stuff, but you have to have a really good makeup remover, which I usually use micellar water to, and I use micellar water and like little cotton rounds, and if you don't get the mascara off, then the next time you put it on, it'll be kind of clumpy. But you can see, I don't ever use fake eyelashes, ever. I've tried it a couple times and it just hurts my eyes and I look ridiculous. So I just use mascara. I'm not so glamorous that I have to, but I think it looks really pretty on some people. But just doesn't seem right on me, and maybe I'm just not doing it right, but just kind of looks funny on me. Anyway, I have I don't know why I have another Kylie Jenner thing, because like I said, it's not my favorite brand, but Kylie Jenner Velvet Liquid Lipstick. I actually get a boxy charm every month, which comes with like five things, whether it's lipstick, sometimes there's brushes in there, but this was in one of the months. That's another thing, I don't use lip liner. I've tried to before, but I'm just not good at it, so I just use lipstick. Anyhow, all right, where are we at? Couple more things and then I'll spray my face. This is like a highlighter that I just kind of dip my fingers in because it's like a gel highlighter from, what is the brand? Steve Laurant. Just kind of hit the tops of my cheekbones here. And the other thing I do is just take a little dab on my finger and run it down the tip of my nose. All right, and there is my simple, quick makeup. This is about what I do every day, honestly. And I do a quick all-nighter Urban Decay spray. Another thing you have to be careful of when you spray your face, a setting spray, is that you have to be careful with your eyelashes that you might have just put mascara on. I've done that so many times where they just started leaking on the top of my eye, under my eyebrows. So you have to be careful with that and not open your eyes too much. All right, so my hair is still damp, so I think the next step will be to dry my hair with the hot airbrush. So I did a video on this hot airbrush. This is the brand is Jinri, and I will link this below. All right, so here it is. I'm going to just do kind of some loose curls and hope to achieve that with this hot airbrush. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more of this American Crew pomade in it. I actually did think putting that in there before did help with the blow drying. My hair feels a little more solid than it usually does and not as soft, which helps with putting a little bit of curl into the top. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a little bit more of this. Really rub it in. I want to try to have a lot of volume today. So while I'm doing this, I have a suggestion for you. If you want to see a particular style and me try something new, if you have an idea that you'd like to see or a product you'd like me to try, please comment down below and I'll put it on my list. I'm always looking for new ideas of what to do. I'm sure you are too, and that's why you're watching this. But I have gotten several suggestions that I've been able to do so far, so definitely if you have an idea of something you'd like to see, comment down below. Alright, I think I'm done. I need a good spray now. I'm gonna spray with my Kenra Perfect Medium Spray, number 13. This is a medium hold spray, so it doesn't feel like a helmet. And there we go. So, what do you guys think? Do you like it? It's pretty typical about the kind of style I would do, although I really have my hair going back and a lot of times I keep my hair forward. So I think it'll look cute to go yard sailing today and a little trip with my mom. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I will see you next week and hope you're enjoying the fall. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe if you'd like to see more of these videos.
So we stopped at a really cool little restaurant by the lake, and isn't this beautiful? This is the Ozarks.